Mariah Copeland's life has been slipping through her fingers, though on the outside she's tried to keep up appearances. To those around her, it looks like she's simply overwhelmed, maybe dealing with stress from motherhood or adjusting to her role with Tessa Porter and their baby. But the truth is far darker, and it's eating her alive. Mariah is carrying a terrible burden, one she believes could destroy her family if it comes out. The secret begins on her business trip, where she met a man in a restaurant. Something in that encounter tapped directly into her unresolved trauma with Ian Ward, the cult leader who once manipulated and controlled her. Ian's death had already left her rattled, stirring up painful memories she hadn't fully dealt with. When she crossed paths with the stranger, emotions she couldn't control took over. In a haze of fear, anger, and confusion, she suffocated the man with a pillow. When she snapped back to reality and saw what she had done, she was horrified. But instead of turning to Tessa, Sharon, or even the police, she locked the truth inside and vowed to keep it hidden. That silence has been destroying her ever since. The guilt has changed her. Mariah doesn't just feel remorseful, she feels unsafe within herself. She questions whether something is broken in her mind, whether she's capable of killing again, whether the trauma of Ian Ward warped her permanently. Every time she looks at her baby or at Tessa, she wonders if she deserves their love, or if she's some kind of monster who doesn't belong with them at all. The guilt isolates her, and instead of clinging to her loved ones, she pulls away. That's why she's been shutting Tessa out and giving only half answers like, "I have something I need to deal with." It's also why she snaps at Sharon when her mother presses too hard, because letting Sharon in means exposing the truth, and that terrifies her even more than keeping the secret. Sharon, however, is relentless. She has always had a sixth sense when it comes to her children, and she knows Mariah is in free fall. Sharon sees the danger not just in Mariah's secrecy but in the way she's cutting off every lifeline. When Mariah threatens to cut Sharon off too if she doesn't back down, Sharon is shaken but not deterred. She refuses to abandon her daughter, even if it means pushing her to the breaking point. And that breaking point finally comes. In a raw and emotional confrontation, Sharon pushes Mariah to be honest, reminding her that shutting down will only drive everyone away: Tessa, their baby, and Sharon herself. Faced with her mother's persistence, Mariah breaks. She collapses under the weight of her guilt and admits everything: that she killed a man, that she suffocated him in a moment she can't even explain, and that the memory has haunted her every waking moment since. She describes the horror of realizing what she had done, of staring at the man's lifeless body, and of realizing her hands had caused it. As she speaks, Mariah spirals, questioning what's wrong with her, why she would do something so unthinkable, and whether she's safe to be around anyone. Sharon listens with a mix of heartbreak and shock. On one hand, she's terrified by what her daughter has confessed. This isn't some minor mistake, it's a crime that could upend everything if it comes to light. On the other hand, she sees a broken young woman desperate for help, consumed by guilt, and pleading for reassurance that she isn't beyond saving. Sharon is torn between her instincts as a mother to protect Mariah and her awareness that the situation is bigger than either of them. The stakes extend beyond the secret itself. Tessa has already noticed the distance, and if Mariah doesn't open up soon, she may assume the marriage is falling apart. That could lead to Tessa filing for divorce and even seeking custody of their daughter, arguing that Mariah abandoned her family. The more Mariah pushes Tessa away, the more real that possibility becomes. Sharon knows that if Mariah loses her family, it could break her completely. Now Sharon faces a difficult path. She has the truth, but what can she do with it? If she keeps it between them, she risks enabling Mariah's silence and deepening the isolation. If she pushes for professional help, she risks exposing the secret and possibly triggering legal consequences. The decision weighs heavily on Sharon. She wants to protect her daughter, but she also knows that hiding from the truth won't heal Mariah. The clock is ticking, and the longer this goes on, the more unstable and dangerous the situation becomes. At the heart of it, this storyline isn't just about a crime, it's about trauma, guilt, and the fragile bonds that hold families together.